Hello there, it's Sean and welcome to another one of my videos. If you're watching this right now, you're probably on the search for remote closing related content, and maybe the most important one, which is how to find qualified closer opportunities. And the thing about me, if you haven't seen the rest of my videos, the rest of my work, I have been a full-time remote high-ticket closer since 2018. I do this full-time. I started completely from scratch with no experience, and I'm based in Singapore, which means over here in my side of the world, when everyone is asleep, I'm awake. I'm putting out content, I'm polishing my brand, I'm booking sales calls, I'm closing sales, I'm building systems, and then when everyone is awake, I go to sleep. I work through unearthly time zones. I control my entire schedule. I'm completely self-disciplined, self-taught, self-made. I decide my own schedule, and all these things I built with completely nothing, with no experience, right? I've worked really hard to build the experience that I have today, and the most important thing, I feel the most important thing that I've done that has really helped me is every time I have studied something, every time I've achieved a small win, a big win, I've always taken all of this and reinvested back into my personal brand. Because I know that even from the time when I started, there were already a flood of closers coming in every month, every year, right? And over the years, it just got more and more. And not just that, more and more closer coaches started to come out of nowhere. And then the cycle just kept going on. And right from the beginning, I already knew that I'm not from the US, UK, Canada, Australia. All the more, I really need to double down and work even harder to make my brand relevant, to make my brand substance-based, to show the values, to show the character, to show the work ethic, so that I have a fighting chance. And without my personal brand, it would have been so hard. So many times, and I'm going to demonstrate in a while, so many times all the opportunities that I've gotten, it's not because I waited in Facebook groups, it's not that I bought a placement. A lot of times it's people, business owners saw my work and they were like, I've been noticing you and I want to work with you. It has always been like that. I've never had to buy placements. I've never had to wait in Facebook groups and comment and wait and get stuck in the competition. If I had went that route, it would have been really, really difficult, okay, because of all the advantages and disadvantages that I have. Now think about this for a moment. If you were to do a dating course, when you complete the course, would you use the things that you have learned, to improve your confidence, improve your conversational skills, improve your outlook, improve your, develop yourself and things like that? Would you implement what you've learned? Or would you go to the coach and say, hey, dating coach, can you place me with a girlfriend? Guaranteed placement, right? You wouldn't do that, right? Because that would be insulting your skills, right? Because if you've really done the course and you are decent at it, you should be able to get results. So then why is it that if people do a sales course, right, they will say, hey, where can I buy placement? Or the coach will now start to sell guaranteed placements. And things are neutral, okay? I'm not saying this is good or bad, right? Sometimes it can work to your advantage, it can work to your disadvantage. But my point is this. Suppose that they really deliver. I know people spend 3, 4, 5K just to buy placements, just to buy paid groups where opportunities are posted in there. And I'm not saying it's good or bad, right? But suppose they deliver. Let's say they do deliver and you get placed and make an introduction, and sometimes they even say it's guaranteed, but then what they really mean is conditional, you have to do certain things and maybe you get the placement. So share with me in the comments what was your personal experience like, and I'm just going to assume that they do 100% deliver, okay? So they place you join the company, and let's say it goes well for one day, it goes well for 1 week, you're booking calls, you're closing sales, and then 2 weeks later, how do you know, or tomorrow, right? 1 day later, 2 weeks later, even 2 months later, you don't know what's going to happen afterwards. A new closer, a new seller could come in and replace you, or share the lead pool, or they say, I got to pause our funnel, I got to tweak our offer, I got to pause our ads, we're going on vacation, and by the way, we don't need you as much anymore. What happened to your 3, 4, 5K that you just paid for this placement? Sometimes if they just want you to wait, and then you have to wait. So I've never really believed in this. I know it's like it can give you a boost, it can give you speed, but it should not be your primary way of building self-sufficiency. Because think about this, when you join a sales team, inside the team, what are you doing? You're prospecting, you're booking calls, you're closing sales. All these things is sales. All these things is closing. So if you do a closing course, you should be able to close business owners to let them close for you. Just like if you do a dating course, you should be able to date. You don't date and buy a partner, right? You don't do a sales course and then buy a sale and buy an opportunity. You should be able to close. And if you're like, yeah, I already know that, so can you show me how? Let me demonstrate. First of all, a negative demonstration and then a positive demonstration. Again, suppose like I've bought the programs and courses that you've bought, I've probably bought and studied them as well. And I noticed that a lot of them, okay, not all, okay, there are some good ones, but what I see a lot of times is that they will just say, okay, you bought a placement, right? Wait. And then I've seen a lot of closers and sellers just wait, and I don't know why they just wait. They really just wait like weeks and months, and then sometimes I check in, I say, hey, how's things going? And then they say, oh, I'm still waiting for an opportunity. I'm like, what? He said, oh, my coach said, promised me the pipeline is coming, just wait. And I'm like, no way, man. If a business owner knows that you're doing this, they're not going to trust you to go and attack, to proactively go get leads and calls and sales. Like, that's not even the right mentality. You know what I'm saying? Some of you have your own businesses, you probably won't hire a seller closer that waits around, right? But why is the advice like that? And sometimes they just say, you really got to network, you really got to add value. And my question is, how? Like, specifically, like, how do you do that? Or you have to role play. Mindset is really important. Just DM business owners and watch more videos. And I can say this because I've done this before, and it's very traumatizing, it's very demoralizing, and when I was going through this, it's really hard to like get out of it, because one part of me is like, I cannot laze around, I have to do something. And I really don't know how to get clients, but hey, you know what? Maybe if I role played 10 times today, I would feel more productive. I knew I wasn't attacking the needle movers. I knew I needed to go and close business owners, but I don't know whether it's a confidence or skill thing, but for a long time I didn't go and do it. And I just told myself, well, maybe today I will post some content and tidy my table, watch some mindset videos. And now, just to be clear, mindset is important. It is, right? I teach mindset. I role play a lot, right? I network a lot. I'm always adding value. This video itself is adding value, right? So, like I said, everything is neutral. It all has its pros and cons. What I'm saying is, at the back of my mind, I knew that I don't really have someone who could, let's say, yeah, show me how you make that video, right? Show me how you text business owners. Show me how you do the interview, because I don't know how to do it. And you telling me like mindset is very inspiring, but I don't know how. Okay, so this is the negative demonstration, and it's the problem I'm looking to solve. This is the positive demonstration. These are the kind of things that a theory coach, a diluted guru, they are inspiring, right? They might be really successful. They have like their strengths, but if they have never worked from the ground like us before, they don't go through the grind like you and I, sitting in front of a computer thinking, oh my god, an opportunity is here. What do I do? They cannot help us navigate. They can only inspire us, but if they've never done this from scratch full-time with no experience like you and I, how do they know what are we going through and how we feel when this kind of messages come in? And this is the kind of messages that come in all the time. Every week, every other week. Even right now, I'm not actively looking anymore. I have 2 to 3 businesses to take care of, and I'm not actively like closing anymore. And they're still coming in, and I want to share this because they're still coming in because of the past work content, videos, things that I put out from years ago, businesses still see that, and they're still reaching out and say, Sean, can you close for me? And if you see my other videos on Closer Brand and all that stuff, you see these things always come in. And this is another one that just came in recently. Let me know if you got the time to fill out the application. I'm like, what application? I didn't reply. The message again and say, hey, there's a lot of leads, that I need closed. Can you do it? Do you know anyone? Yeah, I'm not going to show the name and all the links and all that, because some people will just reach out and badger this guy. Please do not do that. Use what I teach and get your own opportunities. So I'm like, hey, sure, please fill me in. And notice the way I type. I'm not trying to be some big shot, right? Like, hey, let me ask you this. Hey, if you don't mind me asking, brother. No, right? I'm just myself. Like, hey, yes, got you, will do. I'll start. Just humble, right? And for someone of your skill set, happy to work out something in terms of compensation outside of what's mentioned in this ad. I don't even know what's the commissions. I haven't seen anything. You probably have no problem crushing. So at this point, okay, I haven't read it, but after I went to study, I think I'm gonna go for this, right? It's quite a good opportunity, and this person is showing a lot of signs of he's very respectful. He has a lot of student testimonials, and I'm gonna play the voice note that he sent, and then you tell me for yourself, okay? And before I play the voice note, I want to share that when I click on the link, I thought that I would not qualify. Because you see the form here, it says, this is a full-time commitment, no side hustles. I have at least 2 businesses going on right now. One is a physical in-person business. I teach martial arts here in Singapore locally, and I have my online business coaching that we just launched recently as well. No side hustles, no other businesses. Do you understand? So when I read this, I was like, I think I don't qualify. So I messaged him back. I said, hey, I have my own business going on. Would that be an issue? No fancy script, no redirection, no misdirection, no one direction, no games, no technique. I'm just telling him as it is. I'm going to play the voice note now, and then you tell me what you think, okay?
I mean, honestly, Sean, I don't entirely think so. I've kind of been following you for a while now. It doesn't seem like you're the type of person to really slack off or have a lack of discipline, to say the least. So I don't think that's going to be an issue. My priority, honestly, is just rather so call availability. What it would potentially be your call availability to see if you can potentially have more call availability. Then obviously that would be able to increase the amount of calls that get booked on your calendar, which just evidently gives you more opportunity to be able to make a lot more money. But you let me know what exactly like your call availability would be like, if this is something that you could possibly do, and then we can kind of discuss further. Like I said, the application is kind of more so for like your everyday setter, or like just people that only want to do setting, but more than happy to be flexible with you to find out a really feasible option.
So that was the audio, and let me know if it was clear. Okay, if it's not clear, let me know. I can forward you a copy of it. And essentially why I wanted to share is because a lot of times closers will feel demoralized. Like, these companies say they only want people from the US, or these people will say that, oh, we only want people with experience, or these people will say we only want, you got to understand that as business owners, these are filters that they have to put in place, because there are more than 50, 60, I don't know how many thousands of closers and setters flooding our market. They need to put in these kind of filters to filter out the dabblers, the part-timers, and the people who aren't serious. Okay, at the end of the day, all businesses want more quality leads and more ideal clients. They want more sales. So regardless of whatever your situation is, as long as you're able to improve your skills and then inject that substance into your brand, okay, business owners, they can see these kind of things. They can see It's just that you can recognize good opportunities, you can recognize good coaches, good content. Business owners are always on the lookout for good closers, because speaking as a business owner myself, it's very difficult to manage leads and sales. It's just very overwhelming. And inside us, we always want that self-motivated. You mentioned, you see, he said a lot of things, right? Self-discipline and kind of thing. Like that's what we want. We want someone that has no problems, has the right values, and they can go and just, come in and take care of all the leads and sales for us, because we have so many other things to do: coaching, marketing, delivery. Like, we really don't have the headspace. Even if we're really good at sales, we no longer have the headspace to go and take care of it. So we are craving for that complete closer to step in and take over the show. So you buy a placement. Does it mean you have all these things required to fulfill what I've just said? You do a course. Does it mean that you have the requirements to fulfill all those things I've said? Because even after, let's say now I get into this team, right? After that, I still need to do probably an interview, right? All these are the interviews is on my YouTube. Just go check it out. These are all the courses that I've done. It's on YouTube. Go check it out. You still have to perform. You know what I'm saying? So even if I buy a placements, when I met with all these interviews, when I need to talk to business owners, when I need to talk to prospects, when I need to text prospects, whatever it is, setting or closing, if I don't have the substance, I won't be able to make it work. So your brand is not a shell. Like a lot of people say, what is it? Yeah, just network add value. These kind of things, they only amplify the substance that we already have inside. If I've studied my craft, I've practiced, and I make 10 posts, that 10 posts now amplify what I prepared. If I have no substance and I'm just posting, mindset is important. Today, I spoke to this person. Today, I role played with this person. A business owner will look at that, and it doesn't assure them that you can come in and sweep up all their leads, talk to all their prospects, and they don't have to micromanage you. Right? Now, I can understand that a lot of us more or less relate to all these things that I'm saying. So I don't think that it's people not knowing or understanding this. I think it's an issue of the learning curve. Okay, so I've prepared this graph, and it seems really academic, but in simple terms, the conation is just a fancy word to say your drive, right? What the force that we use to go in sales, right? If you're in sales, we all need to have that good day, bad day, whether we like it. It's like a sport, right? We show up and we go. That's just how the game works. Cognitive is actually the understanding, the ability to understand more and more complicated layers. Okay, so you see, on the low conation, low cognitive, I can just go routine. I just show up, I do, right? Simple stuff. High conation, low cognitive, let's say of just a pure like VA work or pure appointment setting. Okay, I'm not saying it's easy. I'm saying that it's very predictable. I take a lead magnet, you comment on my post, I send. Right? You join my Facebook group, I welcome you. I try to get you on a sales call. You comment on my post, you said you want something, okay, then I engage you. Again, I try to get you on a sales call. Follow up, send resource, book call, cold call, warm call, all these things. I can go. I will then hand it over to a closer who's not doing the volume, but they are listening. So now we move on to high cognitive and low conation. Okay, a bit like when I write copy. I don't want to write because it has to be a quality piece of work. If you follow my stuff, I post once or twice a day, and those are times that I really have to think, what's the story I want to tell, what's the concept I want to share, how do I want to structure the copy, and I just post once, right? And then there's high cognitive, high conation, right, which is being a closer. You take the call, you show up, you have to listen to the prospect, you have to understand what they're going through, you have to put everything together for them, lay out the process, lay out the offer. So if someone hasn't closed before, they haven't done these 4 quadrants before, and they just come to us and say, just role play. Mindset is important. And then you say, okay, today I took a call and then I got 3 parts right, and then maybe on this interview, on this call, I didn't get another 3 things right. Like, coach, can you guide me through it? And they're like, well, just focus on your mindset, or just believe in this, and just say this. It's very difficult for me to learn like that because I don't even know how to navigate. Right? So it's really important. The best mentors that I've had over the past 6 years, whenever I have a problem, they were exactly like how my fencing and martial arts teachers and coaches were like for me. We isolate a particular technique, practice back and forth. They demonstrate once, I do again. They demonstrate twice, I do again. I go for sparring, I go for competition, I video my matches, I come back, I review. Say, coach, can you look at my match? Can you tell me what can I improve? They look at it, and they've done it before. They've won competitions before. They've gone through all these different scenarios before, and they're able to push me way out of my comfort zone so that I gain the confidence, I gain the connection, I gain the cognitive skills to say that now I can brand myself. I can have text conversations. I can self-source opportunities. I can close. I can do interviews. I can build systems. And then I take all of this and I reinvest, I re-inject them into what I call my unique closer brand. So don't copy my theme. Okay, find your own. But my theme has always been about strategy. I called myself right in the beginning of my career the strategic closer. At the beginning, I didn't even know what it meant. But when business owners ask me what is it about, I always focus on my core theme, which is inbound sales strategy. And I put my substance in there, I put my content in there. And meanwhile, every other closer is like name/closer, name/setter. So I took a completely different path and said, okay, I'm the strategic closer. I focus on inbound sales strategy. I can set, I can close as well. I'm a complete closer. What do you think? And I put it in my brand. I talk about it. I post. I make videos. And so when business owners look at my stuff, they can see, okay, this guy, first of all, he's all in. Second of all, he's not some certified closer. He's not some guy waiting for a placement. Like, he gets it. So you have to be that person who gets it. And my question to you is, do you prefer like small steps? Means, every day you do a little bit and maybe try to post or maybe try to role play. If you go at that pace, okay, I'm not sure how long it's going to take. I've seen people that spend months, years. There are people who started with me from way back in 2018, my batchmates. Even till today, they're still asking, hey, how to find opportunity? Right? Because that's not what I've done. What I've done is an intense focus period of 4.5 months when I sat down and I studied, I focused, I went all in. It was very uncomfortable. I didn't go out, I didn't socialize, I cut off all contact, I just stayed home, practice, post, interviews, text, calls. So if you're looking to undergo a similar process of pushing yourself way out of your comfort zone, and instead of taking months and years to circle around in small steps and waste all the time with paid placements and diluted programs, and you want to work with me through a focused, intensive period of time to get the results you want, I am now preparing for my next launch. It's called the Unique Closer Brand Intensive. The Unique Closer Brand Intensive. It is a 6-week paid intensive program. Depending on when you're watching this, the intake right now is starting in the first week of September, and the next one will be in 2025. I don't know when you're going to be seeing this recording. If it's still ongoing, if I'm still doing a version, a variant of it, feel free to just reach out on social media and say, hey Sean, I've seen your video on the Unique Closer Brand Intensive. I would like to hear more about it. Just send me a message on social media and I'll send you the full details, what I'm going to cover, what I'm going to be building with you, what the investment is, everything, full transparency, and then you can take your time to see if it's the best solution and a fit for your goals as a closer right now. In any case, any comments or questions or feedback or any resource or demonstration that doesn't take my personal time, I'm very happy to send it to you for free. Just reach out on social media and let me know what stage are you in your closer career, and exactly what questions or resources that you need to give you a boost, and I will send it over to you, no problem. Until next time, it's Sena, and I will see you inside the Unique Closer Brand Training. Cheers.